Hello, I'm Stephen, the man with the mustache, and welcome to The Creative Arts Show. This is the show where we aim to promote the creative arts industry and highlight the wonderful people that work within it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes, but most importantly, share this video because we're really trying to raise awareness for an industry that needs our help. And by sharing this video, you can help those that work within it, and we'd really appreciate that. Joining us today will be Calista Campbell. Calista is in the events and entertainment management game. She's an events operations manager, and she's worked on tours for megastars like Bon Jovi. She's organised lots of events for sports and festivals. Let's meet our guest. Well, Calista, thank you so much for joining us on the show. How are you going?
I'm really well, thank you, Steve. Thank you for having me.
No worries. And tell us a little bit about what you do in the creative arts industry.
I'm an event manager. I work in the event and entertainment section. Everything from corporate, sporting, entertainment, tours, sports presentation. The list is endless. So a lot of different areas.
So what do you do? What are some of your responsibilities in event management?
Well, I work with one of the A-League teams at Amy Park, and I do all the sports presentation for them. So everything you see on the big screen or on the field pre-game or the halftime. I do conferencing as well for a lot of corporate companies, and I do, what else do I do? I do touring logistics for bands and
Nice.
Artists. It always keeps me busy, but yeah, it's a very different time at the moment.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a very quiet time. What are some of the standout things in your mind in your event and entertainment management career? What are some things that you've reminisced on as the good times?
I think the hardest thing is the people, seeing the people and producing an event and seeing it all come together.
Yeah.
And the sense of achievement, I'm really missing a lot.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes work that you do, a lot of paperwork, a lot of boring stuff.
Sure.
But when it all comes together, you know, whether it's game day or event day or show day, that feeling that you get during it, before it, at the end of it, just nothing beats it really. And I'm missing that the most. And the friends, the people, you know, the people that you meet, the people that you get to work with. Yeah, that's the hardest part.
So you work for a couple of companies, or you work as a freelancer that works for these companies?
I'm working with a company at the moment, and I also do a few things on the side. So just
Okay. Very good. What's the company you work for?
The company's New Breed Events and WTLR, the entertainment side and the touring side, and the corporate sporting events as well.
What are some of the people or some of the bands and performers that you've had the pleasure of organising events and tours for?
So the most recent was, I just finished the Queen and Adam Lambert Australian and New Zealand tour. So
Amazing.
I worked on all their accommodation logistics for that tour that finished just at the start of March actually. So was very lucky to sneak that one in before everything shut down. So at Melbourne City Football Club, so we were in the middle of that season doing their game days. When that shut down, we had 3 more games to produce, and they got moved to Sydney.
Okay, right.
Booked a comedian just recently. That was for a Zoom event, which was an awards night. So I had a client who was there, which would usually be a 6-hour corporate sit-down function with a band and dancing and awards and entertainment. They condensed it into a 1.5-hour Zoom chat with a 6-minute spot for a comedian to break the ice. So
that's the world we're living in now, and you know, one of my questions is how have you sort of adapted, and that's obviously how you're doing it. You know, it's becoming online, it's becoming a very distanced world we live in.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've had no choice. We have to adapt. You have to move with the times, otherwise it just stops, doesn't it? And we've been lucky that we've had that the opportunity to still continue doing things like that awards night or a few other productions that we did till we're released.
Exactly right. Till we're allowed to roam the open air once more. How do you see the industry changing for the future because of this?
I think there'll be a lot more systems and regulations in place. I think it's going to be really hard for I think the touring side, I think we're going to see a lot more support for Australian artists and entertainment. So I think there'll be a lot of Australian artists touring within Australia, and obviously us supporting them, getting behind them. In the event world, I think the hardest thing in the corporate world is usually the events are the first thing to be pulled when, whether it's funding or people that can't afford it, or they can't be seen to be celebrating if their company's not making money or things like that. So I think that's going to be a real challenge in the corporate side. And in the sporting world, I think the sporting, once we're allowed to have the crowds in the
stadiums and so on.
Stadiums, I think sporting isn't affected. I mean, look at what they did with the AFL. They picked it up and hubbed them off, and same with the A-League as well, I guess, on a much smaller scale. But it's so important for us to still have those sports and that entertainment option, whether it is a concert or a football match, or whether it's a staff incentive program or anything. It's so important for people to have that outlet of entertainment, and just hopefully we are able to see it come back bigger and better. And I think when we do, I think there will be a lot more opportunity. People will be putting their hand up and getting involved, and hopefully it'll be bigger and better.
For sure. That's why we're doing this show. We want to get people excited so they can get involved at the end of this, and get people excited that there is an industry out there that wants to entertain you, and that, when this is all over, we want you to get out there and go have some fun, It's bizarre. Like, Melbourne is such an events capital of the world. We have so many great events here in Melbourne, and, I'm sure it keeps your hands full on a normal sort of schedule, but, it's just sort of all up and vanished pretty much, and now you're trying to adapt and do Zoom conferences and Zoom performances and so on, and trying to manage that as well, which is good. But it just must be shocking. So what are you doing personally? Obviously you've got a lot more time on your hands now, and what are you doing to keep busy, and what are you doing to stay creative and on top of your game, and to just get through this?
A lot of different things. It changes every week. I think just to mix things up. At first I dealt with it quite well, I think, sort of enjoying the time off, relaxing, having a break. And then it was a little bit too much time, too much of a break. I do a lot of walking, yoga, painting. I started painting, so
amazing.
Random. Which was nice. When the weather was nice, it was nice to go outside and sort of paint. Being in Melbourne in the winter isn't my favourite. So then took to a little bit of cooking and baking, and then I realised that was not a good idea, because then you just eat.
Eat. Sorry, I'm guilty of it, yes.
I've made a to-do list, so every day I add to it and I do something from it. So the list gets longer, and I have to achieve something every day. So, it can be a small thing, like, take back my ASOS parcel to the post office, or it could be a big thing, like, do your tax. You take the good with the bad.
That's good, though. You're staying grounded, and, it's important to do that, have those little wins, and have, that sense of, I'm doing something today, a sense of purpose. Very good. And have you received any government assistance? Has your companies received any government assistance, and have you received government assistance, and how are you finding that?
Yeah, they have. We've been actually really lucky. So, I have. And that is good. It's been a lifesaver, really. It's just still scary, because it comes to an end. It was supposed to be the end of this month, and now it could be, to the end of March next year. And then what?
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're back to normal. We have a vaccine by then, or something, And so in terms of events, it's already September. Before we know it, the end of the year is going to come up. Christmas and New Year's, and what's going to happen. What do you think Christmas and New Year's is going to look like in terms of events?
Oh, look, I don't know. I feel like one event at a time is just slowly being cancelled. I mean, this time last year we were preparing for the Spring Racing Carnival. Hopefully we're at a stage where things are open. I'd like to see that first. I'd like to have, to be able to see people, to be able to see family and friends, to be able to
go out for dinner. Something as nice as that. Go to the movies. I miss going to the movies.
Oh, I know. Go to the movies. Although I've watched so much Netflix. I don't think I've watched so much TV ever.
Yeah. You're not alone in that. There's obviously some fun parts of your job, and you get to meet lots of crazy people. What sort of rock star diva moments have you observed in your career? And you don't have to mention any names, but what are there any stories that stand out?
I was at a very, very fancy, possibly the fanciest hotel on the Gold Coast, as fancy as the Gold Coast hotels are. And in the lobby, no offense, Gold Coast people, in the lobby in the hotel, waiting to greet a very famous rapper.
Okay.
Who had just arrived, had just flown in. We had sent him 2 vehicles to cater for his entourage. And at the airport, he piled them all into one vehicle. So he didn't want anyone to miss out. And as it pulled up in the driveway of this beautiful grand hotel, and the doors opened, and the van doors opened, and this giant puff of smoke just came out of the car, and about 20 people piled out of the van and just glided right through into the lobby. Everyone was just sort of standing there trying not to laugh or cough, or I don't even know. Everyone was like, and they just walked straight through, and not mentioning any names, just did a menu log ad. I
think I know who it was. You didn't have to tell me that, but the puff of smoke gave it away.
Yeah. And it was the best. But, I'll never forget that. That was definitely a moment.
That's incredible.
No, it was great. And he wasn't hiding, not at all. No, he came straight up. He had his
that's cool.
His card, and he had lots to say.
So cool. I reckon it'd be funny to meet him. He'd be a good, not mentioning any names, but he'd be a very funny celebrity to meet for sure.
Yeah, he was cool. He was one of the better ones. There's been a few drama queens and tanties thrown over the years.
I'm sure. Now, we always finish these interviews with a bit of fun. You need to grab a glass of water for this game. We're going to play a game before we finish. And have you got one with you?
I do. It's not shots or anything, or...
No, we're not doing shots. No. It's almost 5 p.m. on a Friday. we can maybe have shots.
Yeah. That's the spirit.
So, Dean, our producers, organised some songs. Now, the song is going to be used in a certain way, and this game is called Lady Gargle. So basically, we need to fill our mouths up with water and sing whatever song Dean puts in our chat screen, okay?
Dean, no.
So I don't know if you're much of a singer.
I didn't sign up for this.
But to win the point, you need to try and guess what the other person is gargling first.
Okay.
I don't know how much water to drink because I've never done this before.
No.
I'll start with a small mouthful. All right, here we go. If you could guess, that'd be great.
I'm going to guess Baba Black Sheep.
Oh, that's good. Very good. Did you know that at the end of it or the start of it?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Okay, very good. Well, sooner the better.
Yeah, no, you did really well.
Thank you. All right, your turn. I think Dean's going to message you a song. Have you got your song?
All right. Can I have a practice?
Just go for it. This is it. This is your...
I can't not swallow it. Mm-hmm.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was like, you better get that because I'm about to joke.
Oh, all right. It's 1-1. Dino, we ready for the next one? Oh wow, that's Alright. Here we go, I'll try it. It's too hard to sing. I'll go straight to the chorus.
You're not good at this.
Oh, it's too hard. I have to hum it for you.
Okay. I don't want to miss the thing.
There you go. That's what I was trying to gargle.
All right. I'll just sing. I don't know. This is going to be. Where did you come up with this game? Did you Google it?
No, I gargled it. It's-
That's all I got.
oh.
You know it. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Can you give me a little bit more? A little bit more. I'm a Barbie girl.
Hey!
Yeah, there we go. All right, that's it. We're going to stop playing there before anyone chokes. Let's call it a tie. Virtual handshake.
I'm done with that. Yeah, I'm done with that. That sounds
Very good. Well done. Thank you so much for joining us today, Calista. I think I still got water on my chin, but it was a good chat, and hopefully things get back to normal sooner rather than later, and we're back to business as usual. Good luck in the meantime, and all the best.
Thanks so much, Steve. Chat to you soon. Bye.
Well, thanks again to Calista for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. We'll leave any links to the information we spoke about in the details below, but make sure you like this video, hit that thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel as well so you don't miss any upcoming content. But most importantly, like I said earlier, share this video. It's very important we raise awareness for an industry that really needs our help. Once again, I'm Stephen, the man with the mustache. Thanks for tuning in to the Creative Arts Show, and we'll catch you next time.